Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bishopsgate Institute. Welcome back to Bishopsgate Institute if it's not your first time. Those people who are joining us online in the world of Facebook or Catch Up, and those wonderful people who are live and breathing and lovely in the room, you are all welcome. Bishopsgate Institute has been running lunchtime concerts for free for a very long time. We started them in 1948. I assure you I wasn't here at the time, but I will relay the story. We started them in 1948, inspired by the work of somebody called Dame Myra Hess, whom many of you may have heard of, who during the Second World War, when all the concert halls were closed and all the galleries were closed and, you know, a little bit like what we've been experiencing recently, there was a sense that these things could not take place and it wasn't safe. She said, well, in difficult times, people need something to fight for. They need something to inspire them, and music is that thing. So she persuaded the government and the National Gallery and all of her friends who were musicians, composers, performers, to run concerts every day at the National Gallery. So Myra Hess believed that music was important, and obviously we believe it's important, and therefore, after the Second World War, the Institute decided to continue the concerts. What we didn't know was that we were going to get the Steinway that belonged to Dame Myra Hess. So behind me is Myra the Steinway, who has her own Twitter feed, should you be into that kind of thing, Myra wanted always to perform on this Steinway whenever she did concerts anywhere. So Steinway sort of have it in their ledgers that this particular hire piano, it was just a hire piano, was to be made available to Myra Hess whenever she performed. And when she retired, she tried to buy it. And they said, well, no, I'm sorry, it's a hire piano, but you can buy a new one. So she bought a new one. And then as soon as this one was retired, she had them swapped over. And in the ledgers in Steinway, you can actually see where they said, we're swapping out one piano for the other. And although I can't invite you up to look at it today, there is a signature on the soundboard from Harry Steinway when they presented it to her. He flew over from New York and they presented it to Myra. So this is a very, very special piano that Kerry will be playing today. Lunchtime concerts have been happening since 1948, but they haven't necessarily been happening every week. It's quite unusual to do them in the summer, partly because under normal circumstances, this room where our lovely live audience is sitting would be packed full of little desks and rather nervous people waiting to do their exams. And obviously, in-person exams haven't been an option for the last year or so, so we thought we would turn that into an opportunity and invite a wonderful group of musicians to do some extra special concerts, and the City of London Corporation said, yes, that sounds like a good idea, and have given us very generously some money to support it. So thank you to the city, and you are experiencing something that we may never have the chance to do again, which also feels like a good thing to have come out of something very difficult. I will talk to you a little bit again at the end. The last thing I need to say is that there are some really thoughtful and beautiful program notes from Kerry today. He's not going to speak in between the pieces and so on. If you booked with us, you will have been sent the program on your email, but you can also download it. There is Wi-Fi in this room. It's the BG Wi-Fi, no password required. You can just connect. You'll be able to download the notes. And I look forward to seeing you at the end of this, just for a few notes and to tell you who's coming next week. But for now, let's enjoy Kerry Yong and Myra the Steinway. Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I was grinning like a complete idiot under that mask. That was fantastic. Thank you so much, and such gorgeous repertoire for Myra the Steinway as well. I get very emotional when an artist, repertoire, and the Steinway come together. That's probably my story, but that's something else. I do need to tell you, though, that although these concerts are free for you, the audience, obviously in internet land and in the room, they're not free to put on. So if anybody has enjoyed today's concert, even half as much as I have, we'd be very grateful if you would like to make a donation. You can do that in person, those of you in the room. There are 2 green, slightly sinister-looking machines at the exit, which are actually contactless donation points that will take £3 from your card. If you would like to make a donation, we would appreciate it. If you are online or you'd like to donate later, you can do so via our website, which is bishopsgate.org.uk under the Give section. We'd be immensely grateful. Those of you who are in the room with us today, I hope we can beg your indulgence to respond to a very short survey that we will send you to the email that you used to book. It's helping us just get this right as we begin to make a return to more people in the room and make sure that we've understood your wishes and what's worked and what's not worked. I should also say, actually, that I should have said at the beginning, that Kerry took inspiration from a single image within the Mondcivitan Archive, which is also the World Citizens Archive, in our collections. If you too would like to have a good old rummage and perhaps be inspired by the collections, they are free for you to use as well. I'm afraid at the moment we do have to ask you to book because of test and trace and making sure we manage numbers to keep you safe. But you can find out all about that either from our team on the front desk or on the website. We'd love to see you. You don't have to be an academic or a researcher. If you're just curious and you'd like to come in, we'd love to see you. The last thing I have to say is that next week, from one artist and one instrument, we go to one artist who is a multi-instrumentalist. Her name is Hannah Catherine Jones, and you can join us again at 1 o'clock next Friday, either online or in person. We would love to see you. Thank you so much for joining us, whether online, whether in the room, whether both. But most of all, I'd like to say thank you to Kerry Yong. That was phenomenal. Thank you so much.